everybody, it's Nicole from the Association for the Arts in Mount Pearl, and today I'm really excited to be doing my first video along with many of the other amazing volunteers with our organization who've been doing them in partnership with the City of Mount Pearl. Basically different arts, crafts, and everything else in between type of activities that we hope that you'll try at home or give us some feedback on, or at least enjoy to watch. So today's video will be, we're gonna be doing, it looks like we're not gonna be baking. You definitely don't want me baking, but we are going to be doing a craft with one of the most easiest things to get, which is water. We're going to be doing a frozen ice craft, not like frozen movie, like literally ice. Things I've seen actually already online, where you've seen people kind of do these really cool frozen medallions and hanging them out and about, kind of like what a lot of people do with rock painting throughout the year. But because of course most of our community right now is covered in snow, I was thinking, how about we do a kind of an ice type of craft that you can A, decorate your backyard with, or B, if you're out and about on a walk, it would be really cool to kind of like put them around and for people to find and maybe do your own. And there's all sorts of ways to do it. As creative as you want to get, you can do it with a general pan, a circular, type of like, maybe some small disposable plates. If you've got a Tupperware with something that size, kind of one of these ball-less sort of things, or also known as an egg. You even got some cookie cutter type of, so all of these things are absolutely usable. Now, the second thing, once you've kind of got that, is you can basically use food coloring, you can use glue, small little crafts that you can kind of decorate within the water and then will become a part of your ice, craft sort of thing. What I would suggest though, if you are going to be doing a craft that you want to say put outside and forget about, let's say like you're going on, you're going to be going around a path or something like that, I would use things that you're okay with being outside and that it would be environmentally safe and it would be okay with, like, the birds and anything else that might want to pick at it. In fact, that's another way to do it, is you can put water and then, maybe some birdseed, and then what your craft becomes eventually outside is a nice little snack for a woodland creature. The first step is pretty easy, and actually you can do it or you don't have to. So here is just a piece of ice, and as you can see, this has just been frozen normally in a freezer, and it's kind of like bubbly and it's kind of like foggy looking, which is kind of neat. You can also make ice by boiling it first and letting it cool down, and the effect is you get, apparently, and we can try it out, crystal clear ice. Have a parent help you with that, or if you're older, you can do it yourself. And yeah, so that's the first step. It's pretty simple. Excuse me, Pocky. Just click her on there, or you can use, your regular kettle. I've got here basically boiled water that's been chilled, and now it's just regular, room temperature water. I've got it in the kettle here, and I've got all sorts of like fun shapes that we're gonna maybe try to make a craft with. There's no right or wrong. In fact, some of this is kind of like an experiment, to be honest. So we've got like just basically your regular multi-purpose glue. This one just seems to be blue. Acrylic paints, if you have any of those lying around. Try to see what these guys look like in there. These little small little kind of like monstery puffy things. Googly eyes. You can make your own googly eyes too if you want. And this is actually from an old necklace. So first step is I'm gonna use this plastic plate actually, because it seems like something that might be the easiest type of shape to find for everybody, and why not? Don't want to pour in the full amount of water in something, because of course with water it actually expands. So if you've ever been in an unfortunate case where you've left like, I don't know, a Pepsi or a tin of something in your car and then you find it all over your back seat, that's the reason why. I'm gonna actually maybe put a few like googly eyes in there, let them float around. Oh, that's kind of cool. Put this glue in there, see what happens. It's just right now 2 floating eyeballs. Oh, that's really cool. It's kind of just goes in there and does its own kind of really neat shapes and forms. Even if you have white glue, you don't necessarily have to have a color type of glue, because even when this freezes, you'll see the different types of swirls in there, which I think will be neat. Try some just acrylic paint and see how that goes in there too. Oh, cool. Oh, it's pretty bright. Round. What do I like to swirl with? Actually, I've got this just pipe cleaner. See what this does. Oh yeah, and that actually does the trick with making the water turn a really different color. It's getting deep color. Okay, I love how the googly eyes are still just like floating there. I was gonna see what would happen with string actually. Really neat effect in the water if we had like a little bit of like string going around. I think that would be a neat effect in there as well. So right now it looks pretty messy, but I'm sure it'll all come together when it freezes. All right, here we go. And I mean, like, what's a craft without not getting messy? Here we go. Oh, that's kind of neat. I'm gonna put some of these in there too. Why not? I got them. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, they kind of like just like sink in there. The little fuzzy guys. This is kind of like a fun, monstery, cool creature type of ice craft. And it would be really neat. Just imagine if you put this guy on your front lawn and then people are like, what is that? If you're making a snow fort, like the front of it to have some of these guys around. I wouldn't leave this in a park only because there's plastic parts to that. But I'm sure there's ways you can substitute some of that as well. So for my second one, because the other one was we kind of did a flat type of one, I'm going to try to do something that has more of a shape, like a rock or egg type shape. And like I said, if you find something like even, a packaging for a toy or something like that, you can use egg, but you can use it all sorts of ways. And you don't want to fill it up all the way with water because this will expand. And also you want space to be able to put kind of maybe some fun paint and design and stuff like that in there. I'm going to put a little hole in here so that I can put in like, paint or glue or glitter or whatever I want to do. Make sure I kind of masking tape the holes and stuff around this. So I'm hoping that will hold. Also, because this is more of a bigger shape, this might take longer to freeze. So take your time with this because you never want to kind of do it a little bit too early and then what you got is maybe a cracked egg and mostly water and probably a bunch of paint all over you too. So I'm just gonna like cover the seams here. It was probably never considered to be something you're pouring water into, but we're gonna make it happen. So there are already small holes in the top of this, so I'm just going to just widen those with a pair of scissors. And I'm not going to be very gentle with it. Just kind of like make a hole. All right, so yeah, that's kind of the size we'll probably want. And I would definitely suggest having like a bowl around this because I'm going to try to pour the water in there. I'm going to just start sticking some stuff in there. So I'm going to see what happens with maybe some beads in there. Why not? Before I put anything else in there, I'm going to try to put the water in and then let's try to put some water in first. All right, so going right into the hole. So far so good. Wow, it doesn't take long for it. Oh, the beads are also floating, so that's kind of cool. Next thing I'll probably try to do is let's stick some of these fuzzy things in, see what that looks like. I'm gonna use this guy first, my mixing bike cleaner, and put some more in there. And they're just like these little fuzzy things. I think they'll look neat.
But like, again, you can, if you even have a bit of a pipe cleaner, you can cut that up and put that in there. You can try some more beads. Again, that was from an old necklace. So like if you're ever looking to recycle an old necklace, it becomes some great crafts. And why not? Let's just stick some glue in there too. I think that might have a really neat look. There. All right, going to put a little bit more water in there. Let's go 3/4 full, so like to right there, and that gives a bit more space for that too. Part of this is kind of experimenting, so if it's not quite the shape you want, or if you want more, you can always try it again. That's the best thing about this.
I brought 2 of the crafts down to my freezer. If it's really cold out, you could actually leave it outside. I can't guarantee that it won't get destroyed by any snow or other things outside. So this might be the safest place to put them. So for the egg one, I actually used a little cup just to keep it, because it's leaking a little bit, and I'm right there on the top shelf there of my freezer. So we'll see how it does. Here is our creature craft that came out pretty good. And it's really strange looking ice. I don't know if you can see it here. It's kind of like cloudy. It's got some strange stuff in there. Really poking it out. Oh man. Okay, yeah. This is like little, yeah. This will now adorn my backyard. Our egg. So I had to, oh, I think it came out pretty good. This might be a do-over with some, maybe some extra work around. Oh, can I actually get, basically take the bottom off of it. Oh gosh, this is going to take a bit of a long time. This one is taking a bit longer. This is definitely this is the bad egg of it all. Yeah. Just put a little bit more effort into it. It's moving around in there. Maybe if I get, now that my hands are slimy, I'm just gonna try to pull it apart with, just coming apart. Whoa, whoa, okay. So this one wasn't quite done. I should have taken my own advice. It's really neat. The little puff things are in the ice. Some of the beads are in the ice. And there's some blue ice in there too. Oh, look how cool that looks though. Guys, let this one definitely freeze a bit longer, and it's worth your effort. This is what it could have looked like if I did not smash it open too early, but there's really cool pieces in there, so it's still worth trying that one. Overall, I think we have, oh, this looks really neat. This looks like almost like a planet, and it's really neat under the light there too. So yeah, there's 2 sides of this. There's 2 sides of every coin. You've got your creature here. This is really neat kind of yarn and stuff. And then maybe this is the planet he's from, or they are from, or she is from, I don't know. I certainly had a time doing this, and I really would love to know what yours turned out like. So if you are trying it, like, even send out a picture. Maybe in the comments you can show me your creation or what you're planning on doing with it. Maybe you're gonna be decorating your backyard. Maybe you're gonna surprise a friend's front yard, or maybe you're gonna do some environmental friendly ones and kind of start posting them around the Pearl, which would be really neat. So let us know how you're gonna work with them and how they turn out, and even if some don't necessarily turn out the way you want to, it's still fun to do. So thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to the next time we craft together.